You say yes. Again, someone asks you for a favor. You feel the pull. That familiar tightening in your chest. The quick calculation running in the back of your mind. Will they be upset if I say no? Will they think less of me? And before that calculation even finishes, your mouth has already said yes. You say yes to the extra project. You say yes to the social event you did not want to attend. You say yes to helping someone move on a Saturday morning. You say yes to the phone call that drains you for 3 hours. You say yes to everything except yourself. And on the surface, this looks generous. It looks kind. It looks like you are a good person, a reliable person, the person people can count on. But there is a cost that nobody talks about, a cost that does not show up immediately, a cost that accumulates quietly, invisibly, until one day you look up and realize you do not know who you are anymore because every version of you that existed was built for someone else. Here's what is actually happening inside you every time you say yes when you mean no. Your brain runs on a resource called decision energy. Every choice you make, big or small, draws from the same limited pool. Psychologists call this decision fatigue. When you spend your decision energy saying yes to other people's priorities, you arrive at your own life with nothing left. You have no energy to decide what you actually want, no energy to protect what matters to you, no energy to say yes to yourself. But it goes even deeper than energy. There's a psychological pattern called the approval trap. The approval trap activates early in life, usually in childhood, when you discover that saying yes makes people smile. That helping makes people happy. That agreement avoids conflict. Your brain logs this. It stores the pattern the way it stores all survival information permanently and with emotional weight attached. So as an adult, saying no does not just feel rude, it feels dangerous. Your nervous system registers it as a threat. Your body reacts the same way it would to actual danger. Your heart rate rises, your thoughts race, your palms sweat. You are not overreacting. Your nervous system is doing exactly what it was trained to do. But the training is wrong. The training was written for a version of you that no longer exists, and it is costing you more than you know. The first cost is your time. Time is the only resource that cannot be replaced. When you say yes to everyone else, you are giving away hours you will never recover. Hours that could have been spent on your goals, your rest, your relationships, your health, your creative work. You feel busy, constantly, exhaustingly busy. But you are not busy building the life you want. You are busy building lives for other people while yours sits waiting. The second cost is your identity. When you are always in service of someone else's needs, you lose the practice of knowing your own. You stop checking in with yourself. You stop asking what you want, what you need, what your limits are. The muscle of self-knowledge atrophies. And then one day someone asks you a simple question, what do you want? And you genuinely do not know. Not because the answer does not exist, because you have spent years refusing to look for it. The third cost is your relationships. This one surprises people. They think that saying yes to everyone makes people love them more. In some cases, in the short term, it does. But over time, saying yes to everything distorts every relationship you have. People stop seeing you as a full person. They start seeing you as a resource, a yes machine, someone whose job it is to accommodate them. And resentment builds in you slowly, quietly, until the very people you were trying to keep close start to feel like a weight you are carrying. You smile, you help, you give, and inside, you are disappearing. There is a deeper truth here that psychology has been trying to tell us for decades. Self-sacrifice is not the same as generosity. Real generosity comes from surplus. It comes from a person who has taken care of themselves first, who has energy and space and genuine desire to give. What looks like generosity in a people pleaser is not that. It is fear in a costume. It is anxiety wearing the mask of kindness. It is a person trying to earn love through usefulness because somewhere they decided that being themselves without performance, without service, without constant availability was not enough. And the cruelest part? It does not even work. People who say yes to everything do not earn more respect. They earn less. Not because the world is unfair, but because human beings unconsciously take their cues from you. When you act like your time has no value, people treat it that way. When you behave as though your boundaries do not exist, people do not discover them. They just keep walking forward. You train them, one yes at a time, to expect unlimited access to you. The boundary you never set does not protect you, and nobody is going to set it for you. So what actually changes this? Not a sudden personality transformation, not a declaration that from this day forward you will be a different person. That is not how the brain works. What changes it is small, uncomfortable, and repeated. You start with one no, not the biggest no you have ever considered, not the no that will cause conflict or cost a relationship, just one small no to something genuinely unnecessary. Maybe you decline an invitation to something you never wanted to attend. Maybe you do not reply instantly. Maybe you say, I need to check my schedule instead of an automatic yes and then actually check, not to find a way to say yes, to actually evaluate whether you want to. Each time you do this, something happens in your nervous system. The catastrophe your brain predicted does not arrive. The person does not collapse. The relationship does not end. The world does not treat you as selfish or cruel. And slowly, through repetition, your brain rewrites the danger code. Saying no stops feeling like a threat, and saying yes when you genuinely mean it becomes something real again. Because here is the thing about people who finally learn to say no. They become more generous, not less. Not because they give more, but because what they give is real. Their yes means something. You know when they help you that they are choosing to, not performing. That it comes from their actual self, not their fear. And that feels different. That feels like being truly seen by someone who is truly there. Your time is finite. Your energy is finite. Your attention is finite. Every yes is a trade. You are giving away something real and receiving something in return. The question you need to start asking is not, will they be upset if I say no? The question is, what does saying yes here actually cost me? Because the cost is always real, and it is always paid in full, usually by the part of you that was waiting for its turn. You do not owe everyone access to your life. You do not become less of a good person by protecting what is yours. Generosity is not the same as self-erasure. And the most important relationship you will ever maintain is the one you have with yourself, the one that makes every other relationship possible. You can say no. Not to everything, not permanently, not cruelly, but honestly, deliberately, with the knowledge that a life spent saying yes to everyone else is a life spent saying no to yourself, one small, invisible cost at a time. The silent lesson is this. Your yes only has value if your no is real.